Hey, everybody. What's going on? It's Tarkan. I hope everyone's great out there. Well, Tarkan managed to get himself a little bit of contrast recently. So I came down with quite a nasty, juicy sinus infection. Yep. So I was laid up for a few days. My cheek was swollen like a watermelon. It was actually here in my what's called my maxillary sinus. So anyway, but I'm much better now. I've been taking antibiotics and feeling much better, much happier, much more energized, and certainly deeply grateful for all the people who have worked on developing antibiotics, for the internet, which enabled me to use an app, a wonderful app. And I'm not being endorsed by them, but I will endorse them. They're called Lemonade. That's AID instead of ADE. And, you go on there, you pay a little bit of money, and they connect you with a doctor or a nurse practitioner. You do a little video chat with them. They make you feel very comfortable, and they take a look at you, right? And then they're able to, get you a prescription and beam that off straight to the pharmacy. So I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for that nurse practitioner. I'm grateful for the pharmacists and the pharmacy. I'm grateful for my car that allowed me to go there. Grateful for the internet and my phone and my internet connection. Grateful for the antibiotics, like I said, right? Grateful for my home, my bed that's comfortable for me to lie in and rest up in and get better in, right? Grateful to my inner being who was communicating to me and saying, in no unclear terms, hey asshole, take a break, all right? So yes, message received, break taken, break taken, break has been taken, all right. But that's enough of that now, okay? So, but anyway, look, honestly though, this is the kind of thing, we're not going to escape contrast, okay? The thing is how we deal with it. Out of these questions, out of these problems, obstacles, are born new solutions. We create those solutions, we create them. They don't exist until we imagine them, right? Out of my face throbbing and swelling up like a balloon, okay, came the desire for me to feel better, for a quick, simple, easy, affordable solution to this contrast, right? So there you have it. Out of that comes the desire, and out of the desire, that moment, the desire is shot up out there. Those rockets of desire are launched. That's when the solution appears and exists, and you just have to focus yourself into the solution. So I just went on the internet, which is what I do. I search for things. I study the things and what are sinuses like. Are these symptoms of that? So I inform myself. It's okay to inform yourself, right? It's okay to ask questions and ask questions of the machine and get the machine to give you answers, right? You just do it from a certain kind of mindset, guys, right? The mindset being solution oriented. I'm not sitting around and thinking about the problem and crying about it. I'm saying there's a solution, and I'm going to attract the solution. I'm going to open myself up to the solution. In other words, I'm going to receive the solution is actually a better way to put it, okay? And the solution came. It was an advertisement for this app, which are the things I never look at, these advertisements. I'm like, that's interesting. Isn't it interesting that in the moment I'm asking for a solution to this thing, boom, one appears, right? This ad appears that is actually the perfect situation for me. I'm sitting at home, and I really don't want to go to a doctor's office and all that kind of stuff, just to have them tell me you're going to be fine and then charge me $500 for it later or whatever it is. $45, you get a little consultation, video consultation with somebody professional who can write you a prescription if you need it, okay? Or otherwise they will look at you through the video chat and tell you, hey, maybe you do need to see a doctor, okay? But at least then you'll know, right? But she looked at me, she was very nice, made me feel very comfortable. I'm sitting in my bathrobe, scruffy as all can be. And she says, oh yeah, it's a sinus infection, you'll be fine. I'll write you a script for some antibiotics. Here, you type in your zip code and where your preferred pharmacy is, and boom, it was there. All right, cost me $17 to get the antibiotics. And so the whole experience under $100, I got to feel better, all right? So, and I got to show myself once again, teach myself once again, hey, solutions are there, and I'm creating the solutions. I create the solutions. I open myself up to the solution, right? You have to get yourself aligned with the solution. That means, switching from the problem-oriented thinking to the solution-oriented thinking. It's okay to acknowledge the contrast. It's okay to acknowledge where you are now, not being desirable, right? Not being pleasing to you. Okay, but out of that is when you switch focus. That's when you redirect. Okay, well, if there's the problem, then there's also the solution, because both of those appear and exist at the same time. Always. No problem occurs without a solution in this universe. Okay, it just doesn't happen, because especially in this world that we're in, this physical 3D environment that we're in. This is a polar environment, so there's always going to be the polar opposite of the thing. The problem will always have the solution as well. The moment the problem is created, the solution is created. The moment the solution is created, another problem is created. But that problem also creates another solution. And thusly, we expand and move forward as creative beings, you see. Coming here into this environment in order to create through contrast, in order to become even more badass at creating, okay? That's what it's all about, guys. Anyway, all that aside, hey, listen, even Tarkan, even the coach and the teacher and the YouTube guy has contrast in his life, okay? But, again, I'm not trying to chase the contrast away. I am just using it as a tool to help me expand, to help me focus into solutions. I get better and better at it. And you get better and better at it too. You're getting better and better at it, whether you realize it or not. Because remember, where you are is always on the way to where you want to be. Boom. Everything is always perfect. And that actually is going to lead into a comment that I want to read. But first, there's going to be two other comments. That other comment I'll save for last. Okay, guys? So let's get back to it. So this one is from SR. Everybody, the sun is shining and people just want to buzz around on their little mopeds. SR says, while the universe is finding that path, in other words, that path towards the solution, do we just continue to affirm our desired reality? I had been intending that my SP deal with his baggage, or rid himself of the third party, and the quarantine forced them together. I am certain it is making him miss me more. Well, that's a good thing to focus on, that he's missing you more. I would go with that in terms of the solution. But to answer your question, what do you do while the universe is finding your path? You live your life. You live your life. You either focus on how you want things to be. You can visualize, you can do your affirmations when you're in a place of feeling good, feeling calm, feeling centered. And if you're not in that place, then you do other things. You focus on other things that help you get centered and help you get calm, okay? That's really your only job, is to remain steady. Your only job is to enjoy your life and to feel good, or at least feel relieved, or at least feel neutral, or at least feel just at peace about the situation and about your life in general. That's your only job, okay? Your only job is to focus on what it is you want and why it is you want that thing. Why is it you want this SP? Think about, ask yourself, how is it I think I'm going to feel when I'm with him, when he gives attention to me and not a third party, when he's in my life, when he's my boyfriend, my husband, the father of my children? Okay, ask yourself, how would that feel to you? Because you're after a feeling. And then once you identify that feeling, then you understand what it is you really want, okay? And you're just using this person in this relationship, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're just using them as sort of a filter to experience that feeling through, you see? Just as a symbol, as a stand-in for that, you see? Once you understand that's all it is, then it makes the whole process easier, because now you can go straight to feeling the feeling that you're after. And as you do, the symbol that you've made a symbol of that feeling will come in, because now you've made yourself a match to it, you see. The symbol being your specific person. So your only job is to understand what it is you want and why it is you want it, and then feel the why as much and as often as possible. Live the why as much and as often as possible. How do you think you're going to feel? How is it you want to feel as a result of being in this relationship with this specific person? Then you work on feeling that way now, as much as possible, as long as possible. And that's what you do while the universe is out there making it happen for you. All right? That's really it. It's simple. It's so simple. You know, our ego mind wants to make it complicated, but it's not complicated at all. Once you guys get that, once it clicks, you'll see, oh my God, wait, it's this easy? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then you'll leave Tark on a big tip. All right, Globetrotter says, I like that, Globetrotter, right on. All my life, I ignored instinct, breadcrumbs from the universe about a man being totally wrong for me, and still went ahead and married him. Well, look, really, at that time, he was right for you. You see what I'm saying? You're going to change, and your preferences are going to change, and what you find out about yourself will change as you live through your experiences. But at one point, he was right for you. At one point, you manifested him. At one point, you had that desire for him, and you manifested him. But then living through that relationship caused you to reach for more. It caused you to understand more about yourself. And so the thing that you wanted then was no longer a match to what you wanted now. You see what I'm saying? So you've grown past your manifestation, your previous manifestation, and there's nothing wrong with that. But again, we try to hang on to things thinking, well, I need the thing and that's going to give me ultimate happiness and I'll just live that forever until I croak. And I'll just be happy until then. Well, no, that's not really how life is. It's about expansion. We're here to expand and evolve. And so these experiences, I don't believe we're meant to be in the same job our whole lives, even necessarily with the same people our whole lives. Now we can be, of course, you can be with a person for 60 years. It happens all the time, and I think it's wonderful. But you understand that both of you are not going to be the same people 60 years later as you were 60 years before when you met and got married or whatever, right? So usually those relationships that last that long are the two people already feeling whole in themselves without needing the other person to make them complete. And so you see what they do is they live their completeness alongside each other and not due to each other or not expecting each other to complete each other. Those are the relationships that tend to go sour, that tend to not last. But again, ultimately, there's really nothing wrong with that unless we judge something to be wrong with that. You want to manifest a separation from this man now that you once wanted. That's perfectly okay. And so the thing to do here is to focus on who you are now, what it is you want now, what this relationship has caused you to reach for. Now you reach for more clarity, you see. So out of this contrast, this thing that was once a desire and then a good manifestation and then became a piece of contrast is just prompting you to ask yourself that question. Who am I now? Who have I become now as a result of this? And what does that mean in terms of what I want? And so now you focus on what you want. And look at this. It could be that separation will then come about in the perfect way, orchestrated by the universe in the perfect way on your behalf and on his behalf, okay? Not just yours, but for the higher good of everyone involved, all right? Or it could be orchestrated in such a way that he becomes more of a match to who you are now. The more you become a match to it, you see. See, my blinds are yelling in agreement. They're excited, and the moped, they're all so excited about what I'm saying right now. Okay, so as am I. So understand that your ego mind may think that it has the perfect solution, but really it can only think of 3 or 4 solutions. Universal mind, your bigger mind, has all the solutions, all the possibilities, all the possible outcomes, all the possible paths to it. So that's why you don't worry about, I need to now manifest a separation from him, and then I need to manifest a new guy, and then I need to manifest this, and I need to manifest a text and a date, and I need to manifest gas for my gas tank, and so I can go to the date, so I manifest money so I can pay for things on the date, and all this stuff that the mind still wants to figure out and do, and isn't it exhausting? Oh my God, isn't it exhausting? And then we sit around and we go, well, this law of attraction stuff doesn't work. Well, the dogs are screaming in agreement. So I'm cracking myself up here. But look, honestly, it could come about in any way, and you may be surprised down the road as you really just focus more on your clarity, on what it is you want now. It could very well be that this person you're with now will shift as well to become a better version of what it is that you want now. You see what I'm saying? It could be. You could be open to that possibility. Or it could be that something will come about that will cause your separation in the least, upsetting, complicated way possible, all right? And then you will, down the road, as you then regroup with yourself and reconnect with yourself, rendezvous once again with somebody who is a match to what and who you are now, what you want now, okay? It's really that simple. So, yeah, just like SR said, what do? We just keep, you keep focusing on your desired outcome, who it is that you want now, okay? But be open to the possibility that when you sit down and shape your perfect partner on a piece of paper, let's say, make a list of all his amazing positive attributes that you want him to have, from his physical attributes to his character attributes to his personality attributes to what he likes to eat, you know, to how well he gets along with his mother or whatever it is, okay? Whether he has a cat or a dog or a parakeet, you know, all the things, all the details, as you sit down with that, it could very well be that this person will emerge out of him, the situation that you have now, all right? But really all you need to do is don't worry about it. Focus on what it is you want now. And don't worry about whether it's him or someone new or whether you need to get separated now or any of that kind of stuff, okay? Really, it's that simple, guys, all right? I hope that helps you. So, last comment, and this is the one, let's see. This is a bit of a longer one, but I like it. This is from Aaron Winters. Thanks for your comment, Aaron, and thanks for your comments too, guys. So Aaron says, I like when you commented on what you're manifesting as a long-lasting relationship. If that's what you want, right? Not something brief and unfulfilling. You couple that with how, when people start to see signs of their manifestation or their SP starts to appear more, they tend to get really excited and think this is it. But really, there's more work to be done on both parts. And if what you want is a long-lasting committed relationship, you can't jump on the first sign of them coming towards you. Absolutely. But now, of course, the key in that statement is that if what you want is a long-lasting committed relationship. Some people don't want that. Some of you out there don't want that. Some of you out there think you want that. But some of you out there are just happy getting the text message, getting the attention. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to become clear about it. This is where clarity is so important. And maybe this will be the title of the video, clarity. How important, the importance of clarity. You can't manifest what you want if you don't even know what it is you want. And I get this a lot, and I've gotten this in my life, guys, where I think I want something but really secretly what it is, or subconsciously what it is, it's because I think that's what my mother wants, or I think that's because what my brother wants, or my boss wants, or whoever wants, or other people out there want me to be. And so I strive for something that I don't even think I want, really, right? I may not even really want, but I've convinced myself I want that thing. And so I go, why isn't it working? Why isn't it coming to me? Well, maybe you want something completely different. And that's why it's important to begin to connect with yourself and begin to really communicate with yourself and your inner being. This is why it's about making it about yourself and not them, you see. Because in order to manifest successfully, you have to first really understand who you are, what it is you want, who it is you've become through all of your experiences that you've lived and collected in your life so far, okay? What direction do you want to go in now? It's so important. Without that clarity, you're just bouncing around in this physical reality from one thing manifestation to the other, going, what's going on? My life is so chaotic. I'm stuck in these loops. I don't understand how to move forward, because you haven't really thought about and really been honest with yourself about what it is you want. Maybe you don't want your guy or your gal. I'm sorry to put it that way, but for a lot of people, you know, the resistance, there's, in a lot of cases I'm seeing out there too, there's resistance towards this idea of them in a way, which is what's keeping them at bay, right? What is that about? Do you really want them? Or what is it about them that you desire? Or what is it about the situation that you desire? Again, going back to the first comment, how is it you want to feel? And what situations and possibilities and circumstances could possibly fulfill that for you? And most importantly, what situations and possibilities and circumstances are available to you right now that are fulfilling that for you? Because you can plug into those now and feel that way now and practice the feeling of that now, and that way living in the end. That's what living in the end is. And as you live in the end more and more clarity comes to you. More opportunities and circumstances and people pop up for you to choose from. Ooh, that one I like. Ooh, that one I like. Maybe not so much of that quality, but more of that quality. Ooh, that one's cool. I like that one. Ooh, this one's awesome, right? Give yourself give yourself the permission to look at your life and this universe as being abundant. There are all kinds of possibilities and avenues and things for you to have and do and be. Okay? You don't have to just get stuck on this one thing. And if there's something in you, in your subconscious, that's saying to you, maybe you don't really want this, maybe you want something different, then it's time to be a little courageous and face yourself and ask yourself, well, what is it I really do want? And then go for that. Because in a lot of cases, it may also be that you think you can't do any better than this specific person. that maybe that they loved you once if it's an ex, and they're the only person they're ever going to love you like that, because you're still stuck in a lack mindset, because you still see this as a lackful universe, as a lackful world. And you think, well, that's the best I've done, and I guess that's the best I'm ever going to do, so I need to get that thing back to feel good again. But I'm here to tell you, no. The moped is screaming in agreement. No, you are in an abundant universe because you are an abundant creative being. Infinite. Think about what infinite means. It doesn't just mean no end, it also means no beginning. It means no boundaries, it means none of that, okay? So give yourself permission to look at yourself and have the courage to do that. It's not so scary, okay? And to say, what is it I really want? What do I really want? That clarity is paramount, if that's the right word. So, but I like what you said there, Aaron. So if you do want, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. You want that long-lasting relationship, and Aaron is absolutely right. Yes, that's what you want to focus on, not the text message, not the little steps, not all the little dates and all the little details. That's the stuff that your ego mind wants to control, because your ego mind is a control freak. It's supposed to be, okay? It's meant to be. It's evolved itself to be that way in this environment where for millions of years we had to learn how to make a spear out of nothing and kill something that's running around out there, or run from things that are trying to kill us, okay? But we're just not living in that world anymore. So, now we can shift our focus to other things, creating what it is we prefer. So decide what it is you want. If you want that long-lasting relationship, that's what you focus on. How is it you want to feel? Focus on feeling that way and reach for that feeling as much as possible. Look around in your life right now where that is available to you easily. Which avenues let you feel that way? And then practice being in that state. And as you do, you attract the thing you want towards you. Or rather, you move yourself towards it. But that's all semantics. So, okay, so the comment goes on. It made me think about other teachings from LOA coaches who say to basically ignore your SB and make them work for you when they start to appear. I've heard that too many times. The way I've heard this message in the past didn't resonate because I interpreted it as playing games. Your explanations make so much more sense. Well, thank you. But I do want to say something about this, okay? So first of all, I don't really see game playing as being necessarily a bad thing. I think what you're confusing game playing with is manipulation, all right? And manipulation comes, again, out of a focus on lack, all right? That's why people manipulate each other, or try to, because they feel that there's no other way to get what they want, other than to manipulate people, or to bend them into submission, or to get them to agree with them, and let's argue and get you on my side of the fence, my political point of view, my religious point of view. If you don't like it, I'll kill you. That's a lackful mindset. That's coming from an ego mindset that says there's only several avenues towards getting what I want. There's only a couple. This is a lackful universe that I'm in, a lackful world that I'm in. So I must make do with what I have. I must wrestle and push and conquer and manipulate and exploit, okay? Yeah, but from a creator mindset, from a universal mindset, none of that is necessary, okay? Because we create, and in creating, we don't actually take anything away from it. Sorry about that, guys. My alarm went off, and it was time for me to take my healing pill. So anyway, what was I saying? We actually don't take anything away by creating. We by manifesting, we add to the equation. We add to life. We add to the experience of our own experiences, and also to the experiences of others around us. So embrace that, okay? So that's what I wanted to say about that. Yes, no, I'm going on. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping it. Yeah, so, you can choose to look at it as a game being a bad thing, but I think what you're confusing it with, you're just calling manipulation a game. But when I say the word game, or when I think of the word game, I think of fun. I think of playing with others. I think of playing with my co-creators and with the people in my life, you see? And I see love as being a game, and a fun game, right? We should be looking at it through the lens of children in a way, because it's exciting, it's fun, it's a way for us to interact with each other in a wonderful way. So, maybe there's a little bit going on in your perception of what a game is, and you see it as manipulation. Also, to address the point of where you say, hey, other coaches say we should make them work for us, right? again, yes, there's a way to look at it that says, well, that's a manipulation. And there's a way to look at it that says, well, that's actually just about informing yourself about a certain attitude, about a certain way to carry yourself. You see, it's not that you necessarily ignore them, or you're doing it to make them feel bad, or you're doing it because you're being mean or whatever, or you want to be egotistical or make yourself better than them in any way. But you want to make yourself better in your mind than the version of yourself or the way you've looked at yourself in the past. So I think that's just a conversation you have with yourself, where you say, well, I'm worthy of working for a little bit. I'm worth it. I'm worth the work on their part a little bit. And that's actually propping yourself up above how you've seen yourself before, possibly, right? Because if you're coming in the situation with a very low self-esteem, then you're going to see them somehow as better than you, and you need to start seeing them as an equal to you, okay? And so the way to do that is to say, well, I am worthy of their attention, and I'm not going to chase their attention anymore. I'm not going to sit around and pine for their attention anymore. I'm not going to allow myself to feel badly about it anymore. I'm not going to allow myself to see them ignoring me in any way as being somehow a statement about my worthiness in this world. So, when I hear, well, they need to work for it, that's the way I'm looking at it, you see. So that's another way that you can look at it. It's just a way for you to prop yourself up a little bit, to start to see yourself as more worthy, all right? Because you are worthy. You're worthy of their attention, and you are worthy of their love, all right? And you are worthy of their effort, because, hey, aren't you putting effort towards them in some way? Right. So, you're making them worthy. In a way, you're making them more worthy than you're making yourself by doing that. So don't be afraid to say, hey, you got to work for me a little bit. And again, it's kind of playful. Be playful about it. Be playful about all this stuff, okay? Make it fun. Let's not take it so seriously. So basically, if you're manifesting a long-lasting committed relationship, you need to stay focused on that and not deter from it. And I completely agree. Which essentially would mean setting a higher standard for your SP and when they do start appearing. So see, then we go back to, that's in a way setting a higher standard for them, is in a way saying, well, I want someone who works for me a little bit because I see myself as worthy, so they should see me as worthy too, right? That's not being manipulative. That's not saying to them, hey, you suck and I'm better. It's saying, if you really, I want you to want me, and there's nothing wrong with that, all right? Seeing yourself in a higher light, and that's important. If you're truly embodying this mindset, it will feel natural for you to not jump on the first opportunity you have. Yeah, if you're embodying the mindset of already being with them, right, living in the end result, being the best version of yourself that you can be, then you don't worry about it. If you're living your life and enjoying it and seeing yourself as worthy of and deserving of what you want, then you don't worry about it, whether they're appearing or not, or whether they're texting you or not. Because that sitting around and waiting for them to text and then jumping for joy the moment they do, you should celebrate it. You should feel good about that. But this whole idea of jumping for joy and then needing more comes from a lackful mindset. And it comes from the mindset of, I'm not really worthy for this. So it's kind of like, ooh, I stole something, right? I got away with something. But you got to start seeing it as normal. It's normal that people should desire you, and it's normal that your SP should desire you. That's the mindset you got to practice, so that when it does happen, just like Aaron says, it's not a big deal, because in your mind it's like, well, of course they're texting me. Of course they want me. Come on, I'm sexy, I'm hot to trot, I'm a catch. That's how you should be looking at yourself, you see. And also, I'm an amazing manifester, so of course I manifested this. I already manifested this a long time ago. Just moved myself into alignment with it. There it is. It's always been there. Now I'm just in awareness of it. That's all. Now I'm just receiving it. That's what a manifestation is. It should feel natural. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. So, that being said, I have personally experienced this twice now with my SP, where he's come back into my life only quickly to disappear again. Not what I see is the full outcome of living in my end, of course, and that's just it. When you do live in your end and you live in your end consistently enough, then these kinds of things don't happen. They come, and you see more and more of them coming, and then they stay, right? But also this disappearing act that your SP does, often is also the result of us offering very chaotic back and forth vibration, back and forth focus, all right? Because we go from being happy about it or feeling good about it 1 minute to immediately shifting to, oh, well, but that might just mean this, or maybe that's just chance, or maybe that's, so that's the thing to train ourselves out of. That's the thing to guard against, okay? inconsistent focus gets inconsistent results. So you have to practice yourself into having more consistent focus on the end result. So, however, I started intending to see every incident as perfect. And here's the title of this video. I started intending to see every incident as perfect. I love that so much. I say, okay, cool, whatever, very well. And continue on being the best version of me. That's, there's so much more to say about that, but really that embodies it in a nutshell. This idea, and what every LOA coach and teacher says too and stresses, is that no matter what's happening out there in your physical environment, you need to stop giving it so much importance, and you need to give all the importance to your vision, to how it is you want to feel. This is where you create. This is not out there. It's not creating anything for you. You're creating it all. It's just reflecting back to you. It's just the reflection. Stop yelling at the mirror, okay? Stop yelling at the mirror. Start focusing on what you want. See yourself as the source of it all, as the creator of it all, right? And everywhere, and yes, every incident is perfect. And that is what I always say now. Where you are is always on the way to where you want to be. You're on your path, whether it feels like that or not, whether it looks like that or not, you're on your path. Every contrast is leading you to a higher desire, to a bigger expansion of yourself. So where you are is always perfect, is always on the way to where you want to be. So, I haven't gotten hung up on it and perceive these moments as a bridge of incidences. Yes, perfect. You get to decide what it all means. Nothing has any inherent meaning until you assign it meaning. So you're the captain of it all. You're the writer, you're the director, you're the producer, you're the casting agent, you're the leading man or lady, okay? This is your movie. These moments as a bridge of incidences, which are perfect. They're all perfect. And even if they don't seem perfect, they don't look perfect, that might be the perfect solution, the perfect path towards getting you to what you want. And that's why we leave the how up to the universe, because it has broader perspective. It knows how to get you there. Your ego mind may see that as a problem. The universe goes, actually, that's the path towards what you want. So shut up and just go on the ride. You're getting there. We're taking you there, okay? Just relax. Just keep your pedal on the gas, your foot on the gas, okay? Keep hitting the brakes. How are we going to get you there? So, I'm over here having fun in my daily life, getting new experiences, growing myself emotionally and spiritually, and looking to attract an equal partner that complements that. I hope this is helpful to anyone who has had a similar experience. Yeah, I love your comment. Thank you. And these comments are just always helpful. The questions, everything is always helpful. So keep them coming, guys. Thank you so much for all of them. I can't get to all of them. I'm sorry for that. But hopefully, I try to pick ones that I think maybe sort of encompass like the broader questions that people have, because a lot of the comments ultimately come down to the same thing. It's just that people have a different way of putting it or wording it or whatever. But so I try to pick ones that I think really are going to actually in a way address pretty much most of the comments out there. Okay, so hopefully that's the case. So thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience and waiting for me to post another video while I was dealing with my own contrast. Sometimes I got to do that. I am also here having a human experience, and I signed up for that too. All right, so I got to do it. Again, thanks for your views, for your subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. Share this video with anyone you think might benefit from it. Hit like, comment, and please, if you feel like throwing me a tip, go ahead and do that. The links for that are down below. There's also a link down there where you can find my coaching services, which I'm going to think about expanding at some point down the road, guys. I know I'm only offering this audio thing right now, but I'm working on that, okay? It's all been a little much lately. But I'm thinking of different things to offer as well. So anyway, thanks again, guys. And I'm going to sign off now before I keep babbling. I hope everyone is great out there and feeling wonderful, and just keep going. You're all doing great, and you're all exactly where you need to be right now, which is always on the way to where you want to be. Okay, so just remember that. And all the best. Until next time, I'm 𝗙CON, and happy manifesting. Bye-bye.